Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Count that. Did that count? Oh, that would have been great if that counted. I don't want to stop doing this. Not just any tampon, the devil's tampon. In stores near you. What's in here? Oh, hey, there you are. What's up? Oh, look, it's you again. Great.
That is me leaving. Rail. Where you at, baby? Let's do it again. See ya.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OPSEAT video podcast. I'm your host, Drew Bjors, Twitch partner and social media manager for OPSEAT. Now, we created this podcast to introduce you to successful gamers who have used various strategies to build personal brands and make a profit with them. Please make sure to like and subscribe wherever you enjoy your live streams or your podcast. Now, today, we are joined by Facebook gaming streamer, JMoneyGaming. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, and honestly, I'm really excited about this because I don't know too much about Facebook gaming, so it's really awesome to be able to highlight like a really prominent streamer on the platform, especially one that I don't really know too much about. And I'm curious, like, how did you get your start into streaming or content creation?
Well, me and my buddy used to watch, like, probably every streamer would watch Dr. Disrespect, and I was playing PUBG at the time, and people were like, pretty good at the game, you should start streaming this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then I was just watching his videos, and we'd all be laughing. And then my buddy's like, let's just go for it and try it. And so I went out and just bought a camera. Like, it was a basic stream, you know what I mean? No green screen, nothing like that. And then originally I did start on Twitch for like 2 days or 3 days, but when you plug the camera into your Xbox, Mixer instantly gets that thing because you can't run it that way. You have to have, a separate computer and whatnot. So then I had to switch from Twitch to Mixer, and then it's just got addicted to it. Like, just, people coming in to watch you play a video game is just something unique, I think. So
Definitely. And so basically you got your start just streaming from a console, and it looks like you've upgraded quite a bit from there.
Oh yes, we've got a lot of things now. A lot of things, a lot of monitors. We got the Blue Yeti mic, both consoles, PC, so pretty much everything.
There you go. And I mean, outside of like everything that you've gotten to be able to start content creating and things like that, I mean, when and how did you first start playing video games?
Well, my brother so my brother had cancer when I was really young. So my parents had to go up to St. Jude's for like 2 years. So I kind of just got hooked on playing video games kind of as an outlet, because I was living with my aunt and my other brother at the time. So like video games just became like an escape for me. So I just always been a gamer since a very young age.
That's actually incredible that you were able to use that outlet and kind of build it into where you're at now. And I mean, with that, like, how long did it take you before you started, creating content online? Like, how young were you when you started playing video games?
Oh God, I had to be like probably like 6 maybe. Like, I was super young, like playing like the college football games on like Nintendo, where the graphics were just terrible.
There you go. And I mean, you've kind of like flipped between a couple different platforms. I mean, like the couple of days on Twitch, and then there was Mixer, and then recently you've spent just about all your time streaming to Facebook gaming.
Yes.
At what point did you decide that you wanted to switch from Mixer to Facebook gaming, and kind of what was the reasoning behind that?
Well, I felt like when I was on Mixer, you know what I mean? Like, I had a pretty decent name on Mixer, and it was just like I kind of got to that stagnant part of the stream, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was at a standstill, and I wasn't really achieving like the goals that I was setting, personal goals. And then one of my buddies went to Facebook because it just started. Facebook's only been out for a year, and he got on there right when it started. And he's like, yo, just come to Facebook real quick and give it a try. And I'm like, all right, okay. And so I went over there for a month. And just in that 1 month, I just liked the feel of everything because everybody's got a Facebook. Yeah. Like, everybody all over the world has a Facebook. So we can come in and check it out. And it just kind of just took off on its own, like from the content alone. And then getting to link up with some very successful streamers on Facebook from just seeing the gameplay I was putting down has really just kind of elevated me into the streamer I am now.
Definitely. And I mean, with Facebook gaming, do you feel like you're able to reach I mean, when you go live on Facebook gaming, are you able to reach just about everybody who has a Facebook, or do you feel like there's still kind of like an issue with the discoverability on the platform similar to, Twitch or Mixer?
Well, it's kind of like if you think about it, when you're on the internet, if you've ever liked something on anything, right? You go to the internet and all of a sudden that thing that you've liked is all of a sudden on that web page. You know what I mean? Kind of like OPSEAT, for instance, right?
Yeah.
I liked OPSEAT. I'd start seeing them on like websites and whatnot. So it's kind of like that on Facebook, I think. If anyone likes gaming, or if they've ever liked a post about gaming, all of a sudden, we're kind of getting pushed into that fold where they'll be able to see us because they like gaming. So it gives them kind of that outlet almost to click on it. So I think the reach is just endless.
Yeah. So, I mean, so like, let's say if someone will call him Bobby Joe or something like that, if they like your page, then you're basically increasing your reach to their aunts, their uncles, their cousins, their brothers, and everything on there. That's
if they share it to their timeline, then yes, anyone that they are connected to can instantly hit that feed and come on in.
That's actually something that I guess a lot of people, especially, I've personally spent a lot of my time on Twitch. That's been my platform for years. Mm-hmm. And I guess if anybody shares it, it probably goes to a Twitter designated for that person's gaming and not their family, their uncles, their brothers, their cousins, which is something I never really thought about. And it makes me think, do you feel like it's more personal streaming on Facebook gaming because you're seeing everybody's names and not usernames?
Yes, I do. Because on reality is that the people that are watching you and whatnot, you are seeing their real name. You're getting to know who they are almost as a person. So it's all like first names, because you know how it is on Twitch or Mixer. They come in on like a gaming page and you're saying their name. Some names you can't say because they're just so out there. Yeah. But these are real people that obviously they're real people on Twitch and Mixer, but you are actually getting to see who these people are. And I have made so many friends just from this platform alone that is just incredible.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems like there's, Facebook gaming has tackled the issue of discoverability from a lot of different platforms. But, I mean, when you go live and things like that, do you feel like it gives you a lot of the same tools that other platforms have, or do you think it's missing anything?
Well, I mean, it's fairly new. It's a year. It's hard to see where it can go. Obviously there's always something that you can improve on anything, right? Even as a person, you can always improve something. But I think just how you promote on Facebook is, is you rely on all the people that come in and see you and they share you out. And then, the number one thing is reach, and you get all the details. They'll tell you how many people you reach in a stream and whatnot. So I think the numbers there are incredible. I'm not sure on how the numbers work on Twitch and Mixer. I've never really dug too deep into that. Yeah. But now that I'm at the stage where we're at now, you find yourself really paying attention to the numbers and having a nice team around you. I got a very good mods in my stream, and we've really dug deep into the numbers to see how we can improve. Where do we reach for? And, it really becomes a numbers game at that point.
Definitely. And I mean, through all the streaming and everything, did you always play PUBG or Battle Royale games when you've been streaming?
Yeah, that's actually the only games I've ever streamed. I mean, if someone in the chat, we did do a Gold Rush Simulator stream one time because I was talking about the game. They're like, I want to see this game. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it for one night or whatever. But I think just the content alone of Battle Royale games, it beats every other game there is, because everything else is the same thing on repeat. Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, whatever games you're doing. But Battle Royale, it's always different. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if a red zone drops on you when you're really having a good stream and just ends you in PUBG.
And a lot of people, when they start streaming, they get the best PC build to play PC games and everything like that. But you mainly play on console. Do you feel like you have a slight advantage retaining your audience because you're on console and can relate a little bit more with what most people are playing with?
I think honestly, I think what really relates people to my stream is that my kids and my wife, and I'm in a living room, right? I'm not in a closed off building or closed off room. So they hear the kids and the wife in the background some days. And I think a lot of people will relate to that. But I know for instance, let's talk about Twitch. Twitch is PC heavy, right?
Yeah.
Most of your big dogs are going to be PC guys. Then when you go to Mixer, it's mostly Xbox guys. And I think PlayStation is really heavy on Facebook and mobile.
Yeah.
Like Facebook, like, because everyone has a phone, so a lot of people are going to watch like PUBG Mobile and all those mobile games. Everyone's got a phone, and they're going to relate to those games because they can actually play those games. So I think whatever system or whatever platform you pick to stream on, it's got to be kind of like in that viewing platform, whether it's PC, Xbox, or PlayStation.
Definitely. And I mean, so outside of Dr. Disrespect being a Twitch streamer, are there any Facebook gaming streamers that you kind of like look up to for tips or anything like that when you're looking to be able to provide either new tools or tips for your audience?
When I first started, I would watch Nitro Luke, and me and him have become really good friends. And then also Yuppie Killer and Rasta La Vista and Picnic. And I would just like kind of watch how Yuppie and Rasta, they're always updating their streams. Like they're taking it to the next level on everything they do. And then you got Picnic, who's just got an incredible community, and his gameplay alone is just, it's top notch. Like he's probably just, he's one of the best players I've seen. And then Nitro Luke has really helped me kind of on everything, whether it's, messing with OBS settings on Keller of the stream, making it look better, like volume, voices, and all that stuff. So he's kind of been like my main person. If I got questions, he's there to help me. And he's very successful. He's been in the streaming world for like 14 years. And
oh, wow.
He's got like 1 million subs on his YouTube page. And yeah, so I got very lucky. I was fortunate, I was putting down really good gameplay, and one of my buddies from the stream knew him, so he reached out to him and told him to look at me, and then he seen me play, and then the rest is kind of history. Once it happened, it just everything took off. But that's from like all those guys, like from Yuppie rated me and hosted me, and like on Facebook it's crazy because we all help each other, which is different than any other platform because every platform is very competitive with each other.
Yeah.
But like legit on Facebook, it's like I think we all are under the understanding that we're building the platform right now. And like we're legitimately all helping each other because at the end of the day, people are going to watch who they want to watch. You know what I mean? You'll never change that. So, just to promote somebody's name or, say, hey, go check this guy out. You know what I mean? Give them a like on their page and whatnot. Your fan base is going to come back to you no matter what. So, but everyone knows you get those follows, it makes your day. So.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. And how long do you think you've been, in the streaming realm? Like, how much time do you think you've put into it? Like, how many years?
A year and a half.
About a year and a half. That's actually pretty good to be where you're at right now. That's actually incredible. And
yeah,
honestly, I think it does really help that you're on Facebook gaming compared to, Mixer, Twitch, because discoverability is a huge thing, and you hit the nail on the head. So a lot of people ask, or are probably curious about it, but like when people are looking to replace the traditional job with streaming and you're looking at, Mixer, Twitch, Facebook gaming, or YouTube, a lot of people are kind of curious how you might monetize your stream. What would you say are the most prominent sources of income for streaming on Facebook gaming?
Well, you get the sub button, you get your stars, which is like their currency, almost kind of like a star is like 1 star is a penny, right?
Okay. So it's like bits on Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that. And then obviously when you get partnered, you go under contract with them. I don't know how much they make or anything like that, but so you're gonna have like 3 different sources of income on that from stars, subs. Plus you can do your PayPal and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Because some people prefer to just send you the money instead of buying stars and all that stuff. But there's a lot of opportunities for income on Facebook.
And with that was just like sheer curiosity out of myself as well. But a lot of people listening to the podcast or maybe watching it, they might even be, starting their journey on streaming or trying to pick up a couple tips. Whether you're streaming on Facebook or anything, like what would you say is like the number one tip for anybody trying to do what you do and to be a prominent streamer?
Well, like what I try to do is just like, honestly, I just try to focus on people in the chat. You know what I mean? Whether it was like one person or whether it's hundreds of people, I would always just try to focus on them because that's one person legitimately taking time from their day just to watch you, which is kind of like an incredible thing if you really think about it. Somebody's watching you play a video game. And so I've always tried to do that. So like my tip is just like, don't get too caught up in the numbers of everything. Like just focus on what you're doing and put down the content and see where it goes from there. Like, just don't be chasing after, like, everyone wants to be a streamer, but it's a very hard industry. Like, it's just very hard.
Without a doubt. And I mean, you've spent a bunch of time on Facebook, and I mean, being able to take care of a community and everything like that. Would you ever feel like you would be able to take care of a community, like, and bring that community that you've made on Facebook into a different platform? Like, would you ever switch to YouTube? Would you ever switch to Mixer back now that you've created this astounding community?
I don't know. I mean, I know that if I, like, the people that we have in my community is, like, and like the reality of it is, like, it's legitimately their community.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just the face of the name, you know what I mean? But they
Yeah.
have they have done everything from make the name and to share it out, and they go and check out other streamers. They share their page into the community page that we have, so we can all check out these newer streamers, you know what I mean? And they've legitimately done that. But, like, I'm sure most of them would probably come over and, like, support the page, you know what I mean? Just because they want to support it all. But I don't know about physically, like, leaving that Facebook platform to go to another platform. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like one of those mysteries. It was just one of those
It's a good
things.
question.
Yeah. I try to ask, even people who we've interviewed from, like, Mixer, ask if they would switch, or et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, so you say the community even, like, helped you pick your name? JMoneyGaming?
No, they picked the Money Mob.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
that's
the Money Mob.
name.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fitting.
I've been J Money for, God, almost like 15 years now, 16 years. So
Now, is there a story behind the name at all for JMoneyGaming?
no, they wanted me to make a name on Xbox when I was like 15 or whatever, and
Yeah.
my friends all called me J Money from playing basketball back in the day. So I'm like, I'll just make this name, and it's just been the name since.
And that definitely works. And I mean, technically a veteran streamer in the world, I mean, you've done it longer than a year, and you've been, successful with it. But what is your opinion on the current state of streaming as a profession?
As a profession?
Yeah, just like to,
okay. So, like, yeah. So from my point of view of it is, I've got wife and kids. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I cannot see myself quitting my job, my actual full-time real life job, to do streaming, because it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a new game that comes out all the time. You might not like the new game, but your fans might like the new game, and they could find somebody else. So, like, there are people that do it that are very successful at it, but I think realistically, if you're a new streamer or like 6 months in, I think you just have to really think about it as in a big picture, that new games come out every year and it's not guaranteed money, so.
And I mean, being able to do this, working the job that you do, and balancing a family, having, wife and kids, a lot of people listening to the podcast are also in a similar situation. And I mean, what would you say is the best way to kind of, like, balance all of that, streaming, your career and family? How do you manage that?
So I got lucky. Like, my wife, she fully supports. At first, like, when I was on Mixer and I was getting to my end of my Mixer stage, I was like, all right, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to get everything I need, and I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm really going to push for this. And I'm like, give me like 6 months on Facebook. Let's see what I can do. And she's like, all right, I'll give you 6 months, because, you know how it is. Like, sitting there game, and she's looking at me like, are you ever going to spend time with me? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just grinding. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people that, like, when I put a goal out there, I want to hit it. I'm very, like, passionate about that. And now we're at the stage now where she's in the stream hanging out with the chat. Like, she has became friends with everybody, and she's like the star of the stream too. She'll even hop on stream some nights and stream and whatnot. And like, they want her to take over my stream basically, and just have me in chat. So
would you ever let that happen?
Would I ever let her? Oh, I don't know if I could. I like gaming too much, but I mean, she can definitely make her own page and see how far she can go. But I've gotten lucky, and she's very supportive. So, and she allows me to do it. Like, right now, I legitimately stream 7 days a week. I've taken 3 days off, I think, in the last 9 months.
And how often do you typically stream every night?
Through the week, through Monday through Friday, I try to do 4 hours a night, because you got to go to work obviously the next day.
Yeah.
But on the weekends, I put like 8 to 10 hours in.
Oh, wow. That's a good amount of time right there. That's definitely a grind.
Yeah. I'm not stopping. Like, it's been, and I remember people in my chat were like, dude, you need to take a day off. You haven't like took a day off ever since I've known you. And I'm just like, I just don't feel like I need to take a day off. I'm enjoying it too much. But I've had taken my days off. You know, we went up to Chicago one day, me and my buddy, you know, he's a streamer also on Facebook. We took our wives out to a nice dinner and, you know, show them what, like, hey, this is what, you know, gaming is allowing us to do.
There you go. Did you get Portillo's while you were in Chicago?
No, she loves Portillo's. We went to Michael Jordan's Steakhouse, though.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. I used to live in Chicago for about 10 years, so that's why I was kind of asking.
Yeah. No, Portillo's is very good, though.
Yeah. And then, I mean, realistically, where do people go to learn more about what you do? Do you, if somebody asks you what you're doing, do you just direct them to like, you just send them over to JMoneyGaming, facebook.com/JMoneyGaming, correct? Or is there like a group page?
Oh, I've got like 3 different group pages. I mean, like normally it's like, I mean, my messages are always open to anybody, and they can legitimately send me a message on my page. Like my inbox on my page, you know, it's a bunch of people, whether it's a streamer or fans or anything. It's always open to everybody, and I legitimately answer every question. You know what I mean? It's just something that like when you think of streaming, it's not, you know, as simple as turn on the console or PC and then put on the content and then turn it off and expect like the numbers to grow. Like it's a legit all day you're awake. From the moment you're awake till you go to bed, you're working on streaming. Like, because you will get messages and like reach out to people and be humble and whatnot.
And then just out of sheer curiosity from my own perspective, looking out, like from outside into Facebook gaming, I mean, if you have all these messages coming in and like flooding your inbox and everything like that, is it more beneficial that you can literally click on their profile and kind of see like what their background is to like more accurately respond to them? Or
yes, you can. You do have that option. Like if you get a message from someone that maybe you don't know who they are, you know what I mean? You have the option to hit the little logo up top, and it takes you directly to the page, and you get to know if it's like a real page or if it's like a fake page. You know what I mean?
Or someone trolling or something like that.
Yeah, someone trolling, yeah. Which, you know, I do have like I always, you know, joke around with my chat because they're like, they troll me every night. Like it's just the way our chat is. We have fun with each other. It's like we're just a bunch of like, you know, guys hanging out and like, you know, in high school or something, or at a hangout spot, and everyone's just, you know, taking digs at each other. So we kind of got that family where, you know, we joke around with each other and whatnot. So it's a really good time.
Yeah, and I can really imagine. Like, it just seems like it would be such a close-knit community, and it sounds like it's a lot not easier to build. I'm sure it has, you know, Facebook gaming has its own challenges. In fact, out of curiosity, I mean, over the time that you've been streaming, there are obviously bound to be things that don't necessarily go the way that you had hoped. What would you say was like one of your biggest like learning experiences on your path as an online personality?
Oh, trying to figure out how legit everything works, because OBS is a different language, and like you'll be streaming live, and if something goes wrong, you know, I remember one of my buddies that I met through Facebook gaming, he's really good at that stuff, and I had him hook up my whole system, right? Because I went out and just got a bunch of things, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's take the stream to the next level. And for about a week, the stream quality, it was just not good. We couldn't get it dialed in. I'm like, bro, are you trolling me right now? Like, I mean, because I killed him in a game prior. Like, that's how we ran into each other. We were both streaming, you know, and I killed him in a game, and he came and checked me out. And then we built a unique friendship along the way, and he's been helping me set up my stream and all that stuff. But like, it's a lot of video watching, and make sure you can update your stream. And like, yeah, that's probably the toughest challenge, honestly, is just you have to always be willing to update. Like, you cannot stay the same. Something has to change monthly almost on your stream to set you apart.
What are some of the things that you enjoy changing the most? Like, if you had to change something monthly, do you change the times that you play? Do you change like different challenges that you have in game, or is it mainly like overlays or just adding like a new peripheral?
Well, see, I'm in that streamer category where I don't really like overlays. Yeah, because I got this tip from, you know, Nitro Luke about if we were watching like a sports game, would you want ads all over the screen, or would you want to watch a sports game? And I never thought of it that way. So I'm like, man, that's a really good idea. So like my stream's clean, but like I would say I challenge myself like gaming wise for new content reasons of pushing. Like, what are we going to do? Like, I remember when I was chasing, you know, the 20 kills in Call of Duty on Xbox, and then 20 kills on PlayStation. And then it just automatically, you know, and on both consoles we have 20 plus kills in every game category.
There you
So,
go.
and I don't know how many people can say they have that, because I don't know many people that have both consoles. So, I
True.
mean, that was kind of the goal there. But I mean, like, honestly, like, you set your standard goals that you want as a streamer, and you just try to, go off of that. And updating wise, you always got to be seeing what's coming out as the next thing, like whether it's a new camera or a soundboard, like to be able to change your voice and whatnot, depending on what kind of stream you're rolling. And yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, we just talked about, one of the biggest learning experiences, but also, I mean, what would you say your biggest accomplishment streaming this long has been?
My biggest accomplishment?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a whole, I would say, honestly, the biggest accomplishment, honestly, getting to meet all the people in the community, growing that community itself is a crazy accomplishment that every streamer wants. You want that community, where you've got tons of people in there and they all know each other and they respect. But personal, like, I think when we hit 1,100 current viewers, CCV, like, I never thought I could ever do that. And that night that we hit that, they were all in chat, like, celebrating. So, like, they were pushing for it. And if you share a lot in Facebook, you're going to go to jail, Facebook jail. So they were all definitely in Facebook jail for about a week. But we were all celebrating though that night that it happened. But it's one of those experiences I'll never forget. That's for sure.
That's incredible. And I mean, being able to build a community and everything like that. Do you ever plan on going to any events where you're going to be able to meet any of the people from the community, the fans?
Absolutely. I told I want to attend every PAX event there is, and E3. And like I told people that, if you're around that area, let's meet up. You know what I mean? Tell me you're coming. Let's meet up and hang out and, like, finally, like, get to know each other. And that's one thing about gaming, and I'm sure you know it as well. You legitimately become best friends with people you game with. It's almost like you've been friends with them your whole life, and you could have never met this person in person, but you just know when you guys meet, you're going to be perfectly fine.
Exactly. And I mean, it's one of those things that the internet offers that just, unfortunately, like a small area just won't be able to, give you, is the fact that you can pick and choose who your friends are on the internet, but you have a whole pool of millions of people to pick from instead of, a small town of like 500 to 10,000 people, which is fantastic. And, out of curiosity, I mean, you have multiple consoles, you have, your camera, you have your OPSEAT, you have your computer and everything. Besides your OPSEAT, what would you say is your favorite peripheral that's helped you do what you do? Hello, kitty.
Like, yeah, she's going nuts.
That's fine.
So the question you're talking about
let's say could be your headset where you're able to hear people better. Would it be like an Xbox Elite controller if you use that?
Oh no, we got those too. I've got the Astro A40s. I think they're probably the best, only from the mix amp. The mix amp itself, being able to customize everything, it kind of gives you that, like, it's kind of like a confidence thing, honestly. If you're confident in a game, you can hear. We have the Elite controller. I've got the Astro controller. I mean, I've had the Scuff. So I've always tried to legitimately have the best headset and the best controllers, because honestly, that does make a difference.
It does, definitely. And
it really does. The paddles alone.
I really enjoy the fact that you said having the confidence really, really helps. That's something that I've harped on for a really long time, is just adding things to either your stream or your gameplay that add confidence to create content. Because, I mean, if you can look back at what you did and you're proud of it, like, it'll just help you basically steamroll whatever content creation path that you're on. Confidence is huge when it comes to any platform, any stream, or anything like that. So I really like that you put that out there. That's wonderful.
Yeah, confidence is key. But then that, again, this goes back to my chat. They'll be like, "Man, you're so cocky," and throwing it out there. And I'm like, "No, I'm just confident, man."
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And honestly, it's been a pleasure learning more about Facebook gaming as a platform and you as a human being and creator. It's been wonderful. And I learned a lot because, I mean, Facebook gaming is one of those things that, like, I mean, you're the first person to talk about Facebook gaming with us on the OPC podcast. And just the way that it tackles discoverability is something that I think maybe other platforms need to take a look at. Because I mean, even if you go to Facebook jail because everybody's sharing it to get you to like 1,100 concurrent viewers and things like that, it's fantastic that that's an option, and it's not just limited to people's Twitters or Instagrams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like you said, everybody has a Facebook.
Everybody has a Facebook.
But truly, it's been an honor, JMoneyGaming, for having you on the OPSEAT video podcast. If you guys haven't, feel free to check them out at facebook.com/JMoneyGaming or twitter.com/SweetlandJeff. And honestly, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys for having me. I'm excited for the future with you guys. So
definitely. And then I really want to be able to check out some of these streams on Facebook, and then I really want to see how the community engages with everything. But yeah, definitely in the very near future, I'll be popping in to say hello.
Absolutely.
We'll
welcome you with open arms. So